Hello dear viewers, today we are preparing to open the doors to a mysterious and enchanting world. We will delve into the depths of Sumerian mythology and take a glimpse into the world of gods and heroes. The Sumerians, an ancient civilization that shed light on human history from prehistoric times, lived in the southern region of Mesopotamia, especially in the lands between the Euphrates and Tigris rivers. They established civilization in this region starting from the middle of the 4th millennium BCE. The Sumerians played a pioneering role in many significant developments in this fertile land, including agriculture, irrigation, construction, and the development of written language. Therefore, the Sumerians hold great importance not only for their mythology, but also for their technological and cultural contributions. However, today, we will explore the mythology of this ancient civilization and examine interesting and inspiring inscriptions. Tiamat, which has become the subject of many films, novels, and conspiracy theories in our time, is actually a goddess found in the oldest Sumerian epics. Tiamat, also known as Tihom, is the goddess of the primeval ocean and represents the goddess of the original chaos of creation, the salt water flowing in the primordial waters. She is also known as the Queen of Chaos and the Mother of Dragons. Initially, Tiamat and her partner, Abzu, filled the cosmic abyss with the primordial waters of creation. She is known as Hubur, who formed all things. Over time, she united with her lover Abzu, the god of sweet water, and gave birth to the younger gods of the Mesopotamian pantheon. It is suggested that there are two parts to this mythology. In the first part, Tiamat is considered a creative goddess who, through a sacred marriage between salt water and fresh water, peacefully created the cosmos with unusual generations. In the second part, Tiamat is considered a monster of primordial chaos. Tiamat is often depicted as a sea serpent or dragon. Her physical description includes features such as tails, thighs, belly, breastless, ribs, neck, horns, and multiple eyes, nostrils, and mouths, internal organs, heart, arteries, and blood. Another unique form of her is that each head of the most common chromatic dragons has one of her primary colors. Each head could function entirely independently and possess the powers of the corresponding dragon type. Her body also had common traits with wyverns, including a long tail ending in a poisonous stinger. However, there are those who do not subscribe to this portrayal of Tiamat and believe her to manifest as a bright and divine woman. As depicted in Enuma Elish and other sources, the Babylonian cosmogony begins with the formless primeval chaos before the phenomenal world. In this void, two primordial principles met and mingled: Tiamat, the personification of salt water, and Apsu, the god of fresh water. When the world was born anew and the virgin universe was still being formed around chaos, Tiamat came into existence as the first goddess created when the elements of chaos fell and mixed with empty water. The gap between the materials is represented as the turbulent darkness within the chaos, as told by the ancient Babylonians. Tiamat and Apsu came together as a perfect unity on a spectrum where salt water and fresh water were each other's opposites. The offspring of these two deities, as a result of this unity, included the first generation of Mesopotamian gods, the elder gods Lamu and Lahamu. These gods, in turn, generated the ones who would become the axes of the heavens, Anshar, Shar, and Kishar, and eventually gave birth to the most important gods of their own generation, Enki and Anu. The Enuma Elish then describes the younger generation of gods in their zeal to celebrate their material existence, throwing an elaborate party replete with dancing, laughter, and music. This racket aggravated Apsu, who decided that he could not abide by the noise and chaos of these youthful deities and decided to kill them. Hearing about this villainous plan, Enki, the crafty god, ensorcelled the divine patriarch and slew him in his sleep. When Tiamat was informed of her consort's murder, she flew into a rage and decided to exterminate younger gods once and for all. In her rage, the elder goddess decided to use her generative power for ill, spawning a legion of monstrosities. Tiamat gave birth 11. monsters of destruction, which included the first dragons, whose bodies she filled with venom instead of blood, and made war upon her treacherous children. Two of the gods, Enki and Anu, initially attempted to stand against her wrath, but were repelled by her ferocious forces. Fearing for their lives, they beseeched Marduk, Enki's powerful son, to stand against the vicious goddess. Once they promised to revere him as king of the gods after his success, the divine hero sallied forth, battled the chaotic goddess and her minions, and eventually overcame her. After Tiamat was destroyed, Marduk dissected her enormous body and used her remains to construct the cosmos. Robert Graves considered Tiamat's death by Marduk as evidence for his hypothesis of an ancient shift in power from a matriarchal society to a patriarchy. Graves' ideas were later developed into the Great Goddess theory by Maria Gimbutas, Merlin Stone, and others. This theory suggests Tiamat and other ancient monster figures were presented as former supreme deities of peaceful, woman-centered religions that were turned into monsters when violent. Their defeat at the hands of a male hero corresponded to the manner in which male-dominated religions overthrew ancient society. Tiamat was originally arrogant, greedy, hateful, spiteful, and vain. She never forgave the slight her children committed against her and their father, though she did in time come to hold a dark sense of adoration and proudness for her children as they managed to repeatedly thwart her attempts to eradicate them. Although at some point she raised and loved her children, which she viewed as her only meaning in life, she later set out to fight against the humans and other living creations of the gods. As a result, they have declared, "You are not needed." Tiamat has explained that her ideology when becoming this destructive beast is extremely simple. She runs under the extremely primitive system of, "If I do not kill humanity, I will be killed." Tiamat, as the mother of dragons and a primordial being of chaos, is among the most powerful entities in existence. She is considered to be the dark counterpart of Gaia, the Greek mother goddess, as the latter birthed the first generation of deities and monsters in the Greek pantheon, just as Tiamat birthed the first generation of gods and monsters of the Mesopotamian pantheon, which included the dragons. We thank you for joining us on this journey into the magical world of this ancient epic. Don't forget to follow our channel for more mythological adventures and intriguing stories.